What's up guys, this is Ghost here back with another gun guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favourite weapons, and that is the SKS. Now when it comes to playing Recon, I kind of feel you have this handful of choices, right? You can either play super long range, so you're going to be taking a bolt action sniper rifle, or you can take a PDW or a shotgun, and that's sort of super close range. But you really need some sort of weapon for middle ground combat, and that I feel is where the SKS really has its niche. Now there are plenty of other semi-automatic sniper rifles that you could pick up and use, but I feel like all of them are a little bit more in the long range category rather than, you know, sort of long to mid range really. And it definitely surprises me how few people actually use this weapon. I mean, the first time I picked it up, I thought, okay, it's a sniper rifle, it's not going to be great at close range. But I went running around on Zebra Tower with it, and I absolutely owned. You know, it's crazy good. Although I can't really say that I see a lot of people using it. The M417, that's definitely popular. I tried that out. I didn't like it at all. I felt like the rate of fire was far too slow. I was clicking away on my mouse. You know, it wasn't firing shots to represent my clicks. And as a result, I just ended up not killing anybody. I mean, maybe that's in part due to the fact that I'm just so used to using the SKS now. But, yeah, what can I say? It's just not for me. There's plenty of people out there who use the M417. It's got a lot higher damage, but it has a lot lower rate of fire. You may have seen a while back I did a gun guide on the AS Val, and I was saying about this weapon how, with it being a PDW and all, you would expect it to be a close range weapon, but it actually really excels at medium to longer ranges. And the SKS is kind of similar. You know, with it being a sniper rifle, I mean, okay, it's semi-automatic, but nevertheless, it is a sniper rifle. You would expect for it to excel at long range, but it's actually a great hip firer, and I use it, as you'll see in the footage above, really often in close quarters. Now, if we compare it to the other semi-automatics, the SKS actually has the lowest damage of all of them. And on top of that, it has a pretty average reload time really. It certainly doesn't have the best reload time. It comes in at 2.2 seconds and 3.4 seconds if you've got one in the chamber. So it's definitely worth reloading before you're completely out. But with that said, it has 20 rounds in each magazine. And you will be able to take out 5 opponents, maybe even more with that magazine, you know. I mean, the other semi-automatics only have 10 rounds, so that is going to make a huge difference. It has the best hip-fire accuracy of any semi-automatic sniper rifle. It's the only one that you can actually equip a heavy barrel with. So, you know, you can imagine with that, the drop-off starting at 15 meters when compared with, you know, other PDWs and shotguns and stuff. The drop-off for them starts at around 10, I think, or maybe even less. On top of all that, it has the fastest rate of fire of any of the semi-automatics. And you'll feel when you actually use the weapon that pretty much it will fire as fast as you can click. And that's a really comfortable feeling. I've used some of the other semi-automatics. There's this thing where you're trying to click too fast for the weapon and it just isn't firing because of the lower rate of fire. Really what happens is you end up misgauging when you're going to have your next shot available to you when the, you know, when the rate of fire sort of clock will turn round and okay, you can fire another bullet now, and you'll click too early or too late and it will result in you getting killed. But with the SKS, it really feels like a pistol, you know, as fast as you can click, it's going to fire a shot. So that lovely rate of fire, coupled with 20 rounds in a magazine, makes for a hip firing beast. It has the lowest recoil of any automatic sniper when it comes to vertical recoil. It does have a little bit of left and right pull, but given that it's semi-automatic, it's not an automatic, you know, assault rifle or something, that really isn't a huge deal. Now, if you look at a time to kill charts, I'm not going to go post loads of them up, but I compared it to all the other semi-automatics. You can see that the SKS has a clear, distinctive advantage, you know, up close and personal at shorter ranges rather. And then as the distance between the target increases, the other sniper rifles start to pull a little bit ahead. So you can see there the SKS definitely excels shorter to medium ranges. I mean, at the end of the day, it is still a sniper rifle, and it does great at long range, but it's not quite as good as some of the other semi-automatics. Now, I would advise you guys to start out using the iron sights. A lot of people don't like them because they're pretty obstructive. they cover up a large portion of the screen, so unless you have somebody spotted, especially if you're a player who plays on hardcore mode, you're probably going to have difficulty seeing where enemies are. But I don't know, I kind of like them. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's just because the gun itself is so accurate, but I didn't really mind them that much. But when you just started off with a weapon and you have no attachments unlocked, your only alternative is going to be a 7x scope. And in my opinion, there is really nothing worse that you could put on this weapon. I never use any of the high-powered zoom scopes with this gun. I usually stick with the Cobra sight, the RDS. But yeah, for starting with, I would go with the iron sight. And then, you know, you'll unlock your red dot sight. Sometimes I use the holographic sight, you know, if I want a little bit more magnification for some long-range situations. But generally speaking, I'll go with the reflex RDS sight and the heavy barrel. Now, another great setup, especially when playing close quarters, is sticking a laser pointer and a foregrip on there, and that is really, really nice. I mean, this thing has great hip-fire accuracy, and if you're up close to an enemy, you're going to be able to kill him with 3 body shots, or if you get headshot in there, you can take him out with 2 body shots and 1 headshot. The fall off of this weapon is going to be much less than, you know, a lot of the guys you're going to be coming up against with, who are going to be with PDWs, with shotguns. So if you go around a corridor, you see a guy right at the other end, he's going to be further than 10 meters away. He's probably not going to be doing a lot of damage to you, but your drop off won't have even started yet, so you're going to be doing max damage. One more thing that I know a lot of people like to use is a silencer. Personally, I'm not a great fan of silencers, and I would usually rather go with a heavy barrel or a laser pointer. But as far as putting silencers on weapons goes, I know that the SKS is a pretty popular one for it. Anyway guys, that's about it from me. As I said before, you know, this is really my go-to weapon. I'm not much of a player for Recon, sitting back and just sniping at people. So if I do play Recon, I really like to, you know, have something that I can run and gun with a bit. I can take care of myself at close quarters. And that weapon that I usually go to for me is the SKS. But how about you guys? You know, definitely let me know down below in the comments. What weapons do you like to run with? What are those kind of niche weapons, special ones that you like to pick with certain classes? And, you know, if I like some of the ideas down below, then maybe I'll take some of those and use it in my next episode of Gun Guide. I mean, there are plenty of weapons I haven't tried out for myself. So, yeah, I'm definitely open to suggestions. I hope you found this video useful. As always, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys very soon for another video. Cheers.